30 seconds to go.
We're still in with a shot at the driver's title. It's down to this. Now go out there and come back a champion.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the final ever episode of the F2 to F1 driver career mode. The next episode, we are going to be in Formula 1. What team are you going to be in? We're going to find out. So, coming into this, myself and Schumacher are literally separated by nothing. This is the race, this is the weekend that decides it all. Who will be the champion of the F2 championship? This is going to be interesting. One of us will go home unhappy, the other will go home a champion. Which way will the title go, ladies and gentlemen? This is going to be a race you might not want to miss. So, on to qualifying. I was actually nervous for the first time. I have never been nervous, especially in a video game before. But this was something that actually made me a bit trigger cautious. I didn't want to spin. I was very lenient on how I applied the throttle, just because I knew that every single thing, all the crashes, all the spins, everything comes up to this. As we set a purple sector 1, sector 2, coming up to the third sector, everything falls apart. A potential pole position is destroyed by a heap of understeer out of nowhere. This is all starting to unravel just in the qualifying lap. So right now we are net P22. Mick Schumacher is provisional pole. Coming into this last corner, we do somehow make up a little bit of time, crossing the line to qualify P18. From a potential pole position, we are now P18. This is falling apart just in the qualifying session. We still have a feature race and a sprint race left. We might be able to make up positions there. We are going into this session to pull out a hammer time.
Welcome then to the United Arab Emirates. Our F2 drivers are on the grid and we're moments away from lights out for the start of the Formula 2 Abu Dhabi race. Yas Marina Circuit is a 3.4-mile racetrack built on the man-made Yas Island. In addition to the 21 corners, it features 2 very long straights. Now these will be the drivers' main overtaking chances today into turn 8 and turn 11. I'm sitting here, quite emotional, next to my friend Davide Valsecchi. Here we are at the end of the F2 calendar, and the atmosphere is electric. I have no doubt that the drivers will be giving it everything they have out there today. I can't wait to get underway.
Hey Alex, you are absolutely right. It's a very special place. This is a track like no other, an event like no other, a jewel in the crown of Formula 2. It's perfect. I think we are in for a fantastic racing event here.
As the engineers make their last inspection of the cars, let's take a look at today's grid order for the race. Mick Schumacher lines up on pole position, with Yuki Tsunoda alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Matsushita, Schwartzman, Daniel Ticktum, and Samaya, Armstrong, Piquet, Dragovic, Jack Aitken, Joe, Sato, Callum-Ilott, and Nissany, Alesi, Giotto, Markelot, and the captain, Mazepin, Galeo, Delatraz, and J.M. Daruvula completes the grid. And with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Now that we've got some points on the board, let's continue this form and aim for another top 10 finish.
Top 10 finish is the goal, but my goal is to try and catch Schumacher. We are on the grid for the final time, 5 lights and away we go, getting onto a good start already, making up a position on Markelov. In front of us now we have Alesi and Giotto. Trying to go for the move. We go down the inside, thinking about going for Elliott and Nissany as well, but there was not really much room there. Making a bit of contact with the wheel of Nissany, going down the inside, making up 2 positions already. We're already up into P13 in just the first part of this lap. Lap 1, first part, already up into P13. Thinking about following Juan Huizhou into that, but we just didn't have the privilege of being in such a perfectly positioned place. But we do make the move on Sato. Now in front of us we have Dragovic and Juan Huizhou fighting it out. Not really much room for me to maneuver, so I had to stick to the back of them. But now we're getting slipstream. They are squabbling. Hopefully this can buy us time. They can focus on themselves while I focus on both of them. Thinking about going for the dive bomb. Are we going to go for the dive bomb? This is an interesting one because we do. Thinking about making it on 8can as well, but we do get floor damage. This could be detrimental to our championship dreams. This could affect the downforce that our car has. We might be a sitting duck, but also we have the ambition, we have the drive. Are we going to be able to manage a slightly damaged floor until the end of the race? How many places can we make up with the damaged floor? We're going to find out as we ask Jeff.
The bodywork's taken a few scrapes. Try not to make it any worse. The underbody's taken some damage. You may start to notice it. No need to worry about tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
A lot of updates from Jeff right there. It's nothing to worry about. We can make this work. In front of us still 8can. The person that we were making the move against is still in front of us. We set a purple sector 1. We are somehow already up into the top 10, making up 8 positions just in one lap. This is turning out to be a very decent race. Getting slipstream on 8can, thinking about going left, thinking about going right. We go to the left side of the track. A textbook overtake. We should have just waited and made this overtake right now instead of challenging him to damage our floor. But we make the mistake now. In front of us, we have PK and our teammate Armstrong is in front of him. Coming up towards the end of lap 2. Purple sector 1, purple sector 2, fastest lap, not a fastest lap. But we are still keeping up with the pace of the other guys despite having a damaged floor. This is turning out to be a possible points finish. Points is P8. As a man like PK gets a bit violent with the defense, we were going to go around the outside, but he gets a bit defensive. We do manage to get the inside of the next turn and we get past him. Now in front of us we have Armstrong and Tictum. Armstrong is our teammate. Hopefully he let us by easier than the other guys have done that, because look, if he is the one who damages my championship dreams, we're going to fight. So we have DRS, we have slipstream. We go down the inside, stick into the inside. A textbook overtake, nothing too fancy. Now in front of us we have Tictum and Samaya, already up into P7. This is turning out to be a very interesting race. We have damage limited. What damage limitation? So we've limited damage as much as we could, setting the fastest lap. Now lap 6 out of 8, 2 laps left. Man like Samaya is in front of us. We can make it up to P4, and we do. Textbook overtake, DRS, slipstream, and we get past him. Our tires at this point are a bit worn out, but it's nothing too serious. We have a damaged floor, not too serious. Worn out tires are not too serious coming into the final lap. So we do manage to make this somehow stick. Now the tire degradation comes into play there, where we almost lose the car, getting a bit too trigger happy, but Yuki Tsunoda wins the race. We come in P5, Schumacher is in P3. We have limited the worst possible damage that we could have gotten, which is no points. That was a successful race. I am happy with that result. Given that we were a bit too aggressive. We had to be aggressive. We're fighting for a championship here. Everything rides on our performance in this final weekend. So, Yuki Tsunoda finishes on the podium with another Japanese on the podium, that's Matsushita. And I believe Schumacher made up the final podium position in P3. Glad to see the Japanese up on the podium with a German right there to join them. Now, the gap between myself and Schumacher has reduced, or has it increased? Let's find out. 4 points separate us from Mick Schumacher. This will all come into play in the sprint race. Anyone who finishes ahead of the other has the possibility of winning the championship. This is all coming down to a sprint race. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bring out the big dogs.
Welcome back for the final event of the weekend, the sprint race. Here, the top 8 from yesterday's feature race are reversed to make up the grid below us, and in just a few minutes, those drivers will be hurtling down into turn 1. So the Yas Marina circuit offers 21 corners and a lap distance of around 3.4 miles. There are a few opportunities to pass with long straights and DRS zones in 2 places, turns 8 and 11. Plenty of close racing then, plenty of speed, and plenty of excitement for the fans, no doubt.
We're still in with a shot at the driver's title. It's down to this. Now go out there and come back a champion.
It all comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen. For the final time on track for the Abu Dhabi sprint race. Are we gonna come back as champions? Let's find out. And it's 5 lights. Away we go. Getting onto a good start. Not the best, but we managed to keep up with Samaya. Now Tictum and Armstrong in front of us fighting for P1 and P2. I do manage to sneak myself past Samaya now onto the podium position. As it stands, I believe I have won the championship, but we don't rest for this, as the blue cone seems to be getting attached to us. Doesn't want to let go. Mick Schumacher also comes up into P5. We go down the inside of Armstrong onto the curb, almost getting thrown over. That could have been a potential spin or even worse, floor damage. Already up into P2. Looking at the replay, Armstrong did leave a lot of space and he yielded as soon as he saw us coming in to the dive bomb. So that is good work from our teammate, not holding us up. He didn't fight back, he just let us go. That is very good. Thank you, Armstrong. It has been a pleasure having you as a teammate. So almost getting another spin. That could have been a moment. For the second time this weekend, that turn has gotten the best of me. But we managed to come out on top. Tictum now in P1, I'm in P2, Armstrong in P3. Could we make this in an ART 1-2? That will be a dream come true, because we haven't gotten a 1-2 in this, have we? I don't think we have. So in front of us now we have Tictum. We get DRS. We have Slipstream. Is this where we make the move for the lead? Now we could have let them win this. There's no point of us challenging for the win. But if you have an opportunity to go for everything, you go for it. Going around the outside, very surprised he yielded that much, because I expected him to put up a fight or at least try and push me off track. But it didn't seem like Tictum wanted any of this smoke. Let us go by. Very beautiful overtake. Coming out into that turn, he gets onto the curb a bit too much, gets thrown off a little bit more than I did. But now we're up into P1, ladies and gentlemen, coming up towards the end of lap 3, starting lap 4. We set the fastest lap, leading the race. I mean, provisionally, we've won the championship. Lap 5 out of 6, entering the final lap of our F2 career. Tires a bit worn out, not that impactful. The final corner, ultimate corner, the championship can only be won by one, and it goes Jamaican. We win the championship. The F2 championship has come home with us.
World champion. What a result.
We are F2 champions of the world. Getting driver of the day, getting the championship win, getting the race win. It's been nothing but wins after that horrible qualifying. There we are. We have won the F2 Drivers' Champion, and it's going Jamaican in 2021. Let's go. Everything has built up to this. Looking back now, we went into this very blindly in Bahrain, not knowing where we're going to end up or anything. 12 episodes later, we are on the top step, winning a championship in our debut season. I think I'm gonna insert like a montage of flashbacks in the end just to get a bit emotional. But it's over. It's finally over. We come out on top. Mick Schumacher has been a phenomenal sport in all of this. We have battled him left, right and center. The lead has changed hands all throughout. We have won the championship. The F2 championship is ours. We have a clear path to F1 now. Nothing is stopping us. That is beautiful. Getting 17 points. Tictum finished in P2, and I believe our teammate was in P3. So Mick Schumacher's team Prema wins the constructors, but the drivers' championship can only be won by one, and Alvin Michael is the 2021 champion of the world. So what team are we going to choose? I'm not going to let you guys find out just yet. We have options. We have Williams, we have Mercedes options like Aston Martin and Mercedes itself. Or are we going to go to a Ferrari powered team, maybe leave the Mercedes Academy? It's going to be interesting to find out. You guys don't know what's going to happen next, do you? Try and guess what team I'm going to go to. I mean, it's been a phenomenal series. I've enjoyed every single episode of it. Thank you all for watching. I mean, the views aren't that high. We've gotten like 20 views at peak. That was for the first ever episode. It's been a constant 10 to 15 views. But it's over. This is the end of something beautiful. Next episode, we're going to be in F1. Driving an F1 car. Our dreams have come true. We are going to be in Formula 1, ladies and gentlemen. I'll see you all the next one. Take care. And from our F2 championship, goodbye.